Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And why wouldn't you be? Of course, Liverpool have beaten Leicester City by 2 goals to 1. A very scruffy win, and do not get me wrong, it wasn't the prettiest of things to watch tonight, but nevertheless, of course, Liverpool did get the 3 points, which was the most important thing. I think pretty much all of us can agree with on that as well. But look, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't, this amazing performance, and I'm not gonna, even lie to you guys. It wasn't, a classic Liverpool performance. It wasn't. It was pretty but awful, if I'm being honest with you. Of course, it was to that extent. Even Leicester scored 3 goals tonight and lost the game. So yeah, whatever you want to take from that, you can take from it anyway. But guys, hopefully all of you are having a fantastic day anyway. If anyone's new around here as well, viewing us for the first time, then please hit that like button, please hit the subscribe button as well. The support on the Cody Gakpo, signing video. Of course, apologies for no match preview yesterday. I couldn't do yesterday's preview show, so apologies for that as well. But I did let you guys know on Twitter and on the community tab as well. So if you're not checking up on that, then please do as well, because we did go and say to you guys we were going live with this as well at this time as well. And if anyone could please share out the video, like, share, subscribe, again, massively appreciated as always anyway. But Alan's in. Hello Al, hopefully on a fantastic day. Saying Henderson was terrible tonight. Again, I've never been his biggest fan, but could see what he did for the team, but not anymore. Young Stefan showed me more in 10 minutes on the pitch as well. I would agree and disagree with that to some extent. Al, I will dive back into that as well, and Carl as well. Hopefully having a fantastic day as well, my friend. Good to see you as well. But to go a bit back on Alan's point as well, for me, I would agree on the sense of Jordan Henderson had an absolute shocker tonight. For me, I think he's at fault for the first goal because I think, once again, everyone is trying to track back on Jordan Henderson's mistake. Don't get me wrong, should Jordan Henderson be playing in a sixth position for Liverpool? No, he shouldn't. Fabinho should be there. But of course, Fabinho is currently, as we understand, going through his first pregnancy with his wife. So again, that's fantastic news, and hopefully everything goes okay with that. But again, Jordan Henderson in that sixth role is a massive no going forward, and we just hope and pray that Fabinho can be back to some sorts against Brentford on Monday, because again, that was a shocker tonight for Jordan Henderson in the sixth role as well. Of course, it wasn't just him, and I'm not just going to single out Jordan Henderson in particular, but in my opinion, it was one of the worst six performances out there of the season. And we've criticised Fabinho at times this season, but Hendo was abysmal. And again, Liverpool were abysmal tonight. It wasn't just Hendo; it was everyone. Obviously, going forward, Salah missed chances, Darwin missed chances. There were the one or two opportunities where we could have gone 3-1 up and didn't take it, and that was the real frustration of tonight, was the fact that we didn't take more of a grip on the game as well. But defensively as well, Joel Matip frustrated me quite a lot tonight, which again, I don't know why, but he was taking risks that I don't know why he was taking them. Also, the midfield, Harvey Elliott, Jordan Henderson, I thought them two in particular didn't have the best of nights. More so Jordan Henderson in that regard. But again, just thought the balance there in the midfield wasn't working on that right-hand side. Anyway, of course, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, I thought, spoilers for man of the match predictions, but I thought Thiago and Trent were by miles the best players on the pitch. Defensively, outstanding from the two of them. More so Trent, because again, Trent gets criticised for even looking in the wrong direction, but tonight was absolutely spot on from minute 1 to minute 80 or 85, whenever he went off the pitch anyway, because he didn't stay on, which I thought was stupid considering the performance that he did have from Jurgen anyway. But again, though, plenty of people will have different thoughts and opinions anyway, so guys, let me know yours in the comment section down below as well anyway, and we will dive a bit more into the game as well. But Carl said hi. Hello, Carl, as well. Did what of us watch Semi Carragher from '99 v Man United as well. I did like the fact that the cop Doug was shouting "shoot" every time he touched the ball, which I thought was very very good as well. But again, it was pretty much a bad night for him indeed as well. I don't know whether or not it's ever been done. Doug, you'll probably know more than me. As a hat trick of own goals happen in the Premier League. I don't know if it has or hasn't. It probably hasn't. I've just completely forgotten. But again, I'm not sure anyway. But I think Jack's on a different account anyway. But Lord McKendo says Hendo dropping one of the worst performances in a red shirt as well. I would agree with that 100%. Carl saying Thiago was Liverpool's best player for me as well. I would agree. I think for me it was a joint man of the match between him and Trent, in my opinion. But could easily go one way or the other. I don't know. But for me, I thought both of them were superb tonight anyway. But Andy Robertson is to receive an MBE for his charity work in the New Year honours list as well. Absolutely fantastic news to hear that as well. Not so good news to see Robbo out down injured, which there's two, of course, injuries tonight that, hopefully isn't too bad. Of course, Andy Robertson is one, Harvey Elliott is the other. Of course, we hope that it's not too serious. I don't expect both of them to be fit for Brentford. Maybe we might see him for Wolves in the FA Cup potentially. I don't know. But more so, I think we'd see Harvey Elliott against Brentford than we will see Andy Robertson. Robbo's did look he was injured and then went off for Simicus, didn't he? So again, you hope that everything's okay. But of course, not the best looking at the situations anyway. But Robbo looked tired as well, says Carl. Yeah, I would agree in some sense. He didn't look on it, did he, tonight? Especially with the performance he had against Villa. But again, that was the whole team, wasn't it? Wasn't up to scratch tonight. But evening, everyone, says Brian as well. Brian, good to see you in here as well. We had two men of the matches, and Thiago. Thiago was both of them, says Alan as well. Where's Trent in that, Alan? Where's Trent? But no, to be fair, Thiago was outstanding. Absolutely brilliant tonight. But if we win playing that way, all that matters. Well, yeah, no, exactly, 100%. Look, I'm more than happy that we've got the 3 points. Excuse me, don't get me wrong, but the performance wasn't there. And against a better opposition, like, don't get me wrong, Leicester tonight played very, very well. But if we're gonna challenge for fourth spot, realistically, we have to do better against different teams. Of course, you have to play the opponent realistically. But again, it is a massive win. And don't get me wrong. Now we'll look at the league table in a brief moment. But 2 points off fourth. Considering the crap season that we've had so far, it's a pretty good position to be in for the second half of the season, especially with potentially obviously a new signing coming in, maybe in the midfield, and of course Cody Gakpo to come into the team as well, which is very, very exciting as well. But no, absolutely, that's all that matters is the win as well. But Doug saying not to my knowledge, it hasn't happened yet. So very interesting, very, very interesting. I wish it did happen tonight. That would have been funny, to be fair. But my man of the match was for his personally two brilliant finishes. Trial performance from him, sign him up as well. Yeah, exactly. We're going to get him as a new number 9 in we chat. Jurgen's already making the bid possible for Leicester. God's sake. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if that was to happen. It wouldn't surprise me for any particular reason. Only one player has a hat-trick of own goals. A New Zealand women's player. She also plays for Liverpool's ladies as well, says Brian. Bloody hell, that's not a stat you want to know as well. But Trent, my man of the match anyway, says Chris. Michaela Moore as well. There we go. Thank you, Brian, for that. Massive win, says Chris. Richard Dunn has the record for the most own goals in Premier League with 10, followed by Martin Skirtle with 4. Jesus Christ, Martin, you could there was a period, wasn't it, between 2012 and about 2015, where Martin Skirtle just constantly conceded a goal per season. It was ridiculous. I wonder if anyone did ever put a bet on that. Martin Skirtle to get an own goal in a season. I wonder. And what were the odds? Pretty good odds, probably. Will Tony be banned for Brentford against Liverpool because of his betting? I'm not entirely sure, Carl. I would suspect no. Um, he will get banned eventually, and you won't see him again this season. But it is just that it's the question of when. But interesting that Ivan Toney was stretched off. So was he really? I haven't seen. I know that Brentford beat West Ham tonight, which is a huge result, and puts massive pressure on David Moyes. I think, but apart from that, I haven't seen anything too much on the Brentford game. Of course, just focused entirely on the Liverpool game, realistically. But we will dive in then to, of course, having a look on the match report on FootMob. Anyway, of course, 2-1. Of course, big thank you to, I think that's Fraser as well, obviously the two own goals as well, but Dewsbury Hall as well. And I will quickly talk about the Dewsbury Hall goal as well that we did concede as well. Of course, Robbo going off for Costa Simicas as well with Ox as well, and obviously Joe Gomez and Stefan coming on for Harvey Elliott and Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. But we take a quick look at the match ratings. Thiago did get man of the match with an 8.4 tonight. Trent, which, I think obviously I said Trent and Thiago should be man of the match. Both got the highest ratings in terms of Liverpool anyway. Of course, Darwin, almost got his goal tonight, unfortunately. But of course, plenty of opportunities for Darwin, and again, many more positive signs once again from Darwin Núñez, and for Leicester, Dewsbury Hall, who I thought had an excellent game for Leicester tonight. Was pretty much their best player on the pitch anyway, and of course Ferris getting, of course, the two own goals as well, which was absolutely brilliant to see as well. Let me quickly get at the league table for you guys as well, because I can get it up right here right now. There we go. If we take a quick look at the league table as well and where it leaves Liverpool as well. As you can see, we are currently sixth, obviously matching now Tottenham. And we're only 2 points behind them now. Again, considering the start that we had to the start of the season, I think this is looking very, very positive for the Reds as well. Again, we need the likes of Spurs and United to drop points now over the next couple of games as well. And if we take a quick look at the next couple of fixtures as well, what Liverpool have got, Brentford on Monday, then Wolves in the Cup, Brighton away, Chelsea at home. We need to win these games. We need to start taking points off the teams around us, because even when you look at Brighton are 4 points off of us with a game in hand, and again, it's going to be a very hard battle for fourth place or even third place this season, because again, I know Newcastle are there, but when you look at it, we're only 5 points. Are we 5 points? Yeah, we're 5 points away from Newcastle as well. So if Newcastle drop a couple of points, you never know. Liverpool could potentially finish third this season, even though I do think, once again, Newcastle are doing a fantastic job at the minute. And of course, Eddie Howe is doing a fantastic job there as well. I did see, I think, Jamie Carragher going on about, Eddie Howe was his manager of 2022, which I think he got a lot of backstick from. But I think that's a pretty good shout, considering where they was 12 months ago in that regard as well. So again, we don't know. But yeah, I think could be very interesting over the next couple of weeks, where we have to get the job done. Over the next couple of weeks, and of course against Brentford on Monday anyway. And I do think if there is a possibility that Cody Gakpo could be in a contention, I think he does definitely start or even come off of the bench against Brentford anyway. But like Klopp said, we do think that he will be most likely back for, will be available for I think Wolves in the FA Cup, because I think that's more realistically when the paperwork can be done. Because of course we've got the 2 bank holidays coming up over me because of New Year's and so forth. So again, it's going to be very, very difficult to get it over the line anyway. But Chris saying Tony injury is massive boost for us as well. Absolutely, would agree with you on that. Ivan Tony, of course, is going to be banned for the rest of the season. It's just a matter of when is he going to be banned. Of course, for the betting, but again, we'll have to find that out. But of course, potentially not in the Liverpool game coming up as well. But Paqueta is already regretting that West Ham move as well. Says Brian Talio Oldbean, Stalin will break a duck. I'm backing him as well. Yeah, you'll definitely. And look, tonight again, wasn't the clinical performance I think we all hope and pray for. But again, I think for the definitely for the second own goal, for example, that was all Darwin Núñez tonight. Again, look, chips the ball over Ward, hits the post, comes back off the defender. In another, in a different scenario, that goes over, and Darwin gets his goal realistically. So again, look, the goals will come for Darwin Núñez. I'm not worried about him, if I'm being perfectly honest, chat. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be too worried because he's doing everything that, if he wasn't doing the things that he's doing, I would be worried. It's just the, getting the goals in and getting the composure in. As soon as he does that, he's banging in 25, 30 goals a season easily. Anyway, but Leicester had 2 shots on our goal and 2 shots on their own goal. How ironic as well. Yeah, absolutely. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Darwin definitely meant that second goal. Yeah, exactly. It's all planned. No, but Darwin was, look, for me, that was all Darwin Núñez, that goal in particular as well. Albert says, if we don't get 2 new midfielders, we are effed or fucked. Potentially. I think we get one in the door anyway. Big positive was Darwin and Mo linked up super as well. Absolutely. Panov is in as well, saying evening Connor. Hello, Panov. Hopefully you're on a fantastic day, my friend, as well. 4 Premiership wins in a row. Yes, of course, the first time this season as well. So, great that is an achievement. And it's the fact that, I think Chris mentioned earlier on as well, it's the fact that we played so badly but still got 3 points. That's the main important, or the important things of tonight. Excuse me, as well. Anyway, but Pana says hi to Brian as well. Egyptian King says we need a midfielder ASAP. I would agree. I would throw in Gakpo against Brentford. I would as well, but it just depends on paperwork. Again, if we can get it done and dusted and he can have his international clearance, then I think he will be part of the Brentford side. But again, whether or not that can get done, I don't know. But people aren't questioning how, in regards to the job he's done, it's because of the answers to questions about why he took the job and his opportunity to the owners. He lost a lot of respect there as well. I can see that, Bri. I can definitely see that as well. So there's literally no team has managed to put the shackles on Núñez yet. He is always in the game. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I just think that people just overreact when Darwin misses or Darwin does something that people will talk about and so forth. And that, for me, no one in the league so far this season, probably apart from that Palace game, has been able to keep Darwin Núñez quiet. And that is in every single game he's been a part of. And that's the thing. And Klopp spoke about it, I think, in the added press conference. It's the fact that Darwin Núñez is doing exactly what Robert Lewandowski was doing in his first season at Dortmund, but doing it at a much higher level. And look, once Lewandowski got things going, Darwin will get things going. And Klopp said it's the exact same scenario. The goals wasn't clicking for Lewandowski, did something or something happened, and then bang, Robert Lewandowski was Robert Lewandowski. And I think that's the same with Darwin Núñez. Look, he's 23 and he's on the, he's only just turned 23. Look at Luis Suarez in his first season. He was shocking, according to people and that. Look at the rest of it. Fernando Torres in his first 20 games for Liverpool wasn't the best. And look at the career he had for Liverpool as well. There will be time for Darwin Núñez to improve, and especially when you will have, hopefully, the main back line, the main midfield, and the main forward line for Liverpool, where you'll have Gakpo next year and Mo Salah, and then you'll have Thiago, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson behind you, or even a new midfielder coming in, and then obviously the back four being, a solid, and that's the thing where it will be, it will take time. with building the team, and I have no worries. In particular as well, he's doing everything I think possible to score goals, and look, I'm more than happy in what Darwin Núñez is doing anyway. But Núñez looked frightening tonight. He reminded me a lot of a young Fernando Torres, absolutely. Conor, would you take Caicedo or Amrabat? Caicedo for me. I think he is a Genie Wijnaldum style player that I would absolutely love at Liverpool as well. All we want from Darwin is a bit of calm from the media and fans. Let him breathe. Absolutely agree with everyone on that as well. By the way, who cares about Ronaldo? Nobody cares. What he's going to be earning, is it 2.5 million a week or something like that? Let him go out and retire. Nobody cares. There's a reason why he's gone there. It's because nobody in Europe wanted him. At the be all and end all, nobody cares about Cristiano Ronaldo, and he has himself to blame as well, in my opinion. Anyway, but guys, I am sadly going to leave it there for tonight. Anyway, I did say I was only going to be 15 minutes, and I've been 21 minutes. So again, guys, for me, in my opinion, man of the match goes to both Trent and Thiago. I think both of them were fantastic. Darwin did have chances. Mo had chances as well to make it 3-1. But the best thing was the fact that Leicester scored 3 goals and lost the game. That's the best part about tonight as well anyway. But of course, hopefully the injury news as well with Andy Robertson and Harvey Elliott, hopefully things will be okay there. And of course, nothing will be too serious with them two as well. But I don't expect them two to be around for the Brentford game. I haven't seen any news and I haven't seen anyone mention anything, but judging by Harvey Elliott's reaction and Robbo's reaction to coming off, I think both of them won't be available for Brentford on Monday anyway. But guys, we'll be live tomorrow with a show. Anyway, like I said, apologies for no preview show, but we're going to be live with a news episode tomorrow as well, because we're going to be taking a look at the news anyway. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. As well, because it is New Year's Eve tomorrow, right, guys? I completely forgot about that. But yeah, it is New Year's Eve tomorrow, but we'll be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. With a news episode. We're going to be talking about Caicedo, of course, and all the news about that. We'll talk a bit more about this game as well, and if there's any other news as well, we'll be talking about it anyway, guys. But until then, I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I will see you all tomorrow, and if I don't, then everyone have a fantastic Happy New Year, and so forth, and hopefully we will see a better Reds in 2023 anyway, because of course this was the last game of 2022 as well. But hopefully you'll have a fantastic New Year's anyway. But I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll see you all then. Sarah.